I would love to talk about your ADHD diagnoses first. So, can you tell me what happened?
Sure. So I was doing research for a book on distraction and I got woken up by a phone call and it was an expert on ADHD. And he said, "Are we having our conversation and our interview right now?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." So I woke up and we did the interview and we got to chatting during the interview. And he said, it kind of sounds like you have ADHD. And he's like, "You have a great center there in Seattle. I'll connect you." That was the year I was writing my book, and I was working my buns off and was making no money finishing my book, Welcome to the Writer's Life. And so the test was $260. So I didn't end up getting tested. So I took an online quiz and it was like high risk of ADHD or high likelihood you have ADHD. But because I thought ADHD just meant you are distractible, I was like, okay, I'm distractible. Yeah, we know that. And I went about my life. And it wasn't until 3 years later when I was really struggling and I said, okay, I need to look into this ADHD thing. And I went back and I looked at that doctor and turned out the place that he recommended was named after him. It was Dr. Ned Hallowell. And I was like, wow, I should have listened to him. I took the test. They're like, yeah, we don't often get 20 out of 20. Aced my ADHD test, got diagnosed. And then it really wasn't until a few years later when I taught my class for writers with ADHD that I got educated on ADHD. Your podcast helped, your book helped, but it wasn't until I sat down to teach others about this that I really got educated. That was such a relief.